We're all familiar with the global concerns influencing investors right now. The big one in the UK is probably Brexit. Tom, in the UK, the Brexit question seems to be, should we stay, should we go? Is that the right question?
Gary, you're absolutely right. It is the wrong question because we can never really leave the EU. As long as we still want to trade with it, we will have to conform to their weights and measures system, their product descriptions. And so the idea that we can leave in splendid isolation in the full sense of the word and say produce semi-skimmed milk with whatever fat content we like and still call it semi-skimmed milk, as an example, is completely false. Equally, the idea that by remaining we're going full feet into a European superstate as it goes on its voyage of discovery is false. We will continue to be the Eurosceptic little island in the Atlantic that doesn't enter wholeheartedly, that gets opt-outs as we currently have.
So if we got the wrong question, what about the right argument? The Vote Leave campaigners would have you concentrate purely on immigration and sovereignty, the more emotive issues, and they're ignoring the economic argument. Is that the wrong argument?
Well, they're ignoring the economic argument because they feel they've lost. There are lots of studies, a multitude of studies that we'll all be familiar with, whether from the IMF or OECD, that point to a shrinkage in the economy over the few years after Brexit, as the sheer disruption has an impact and foreign investment dries up as we lose that instant market access that we currently have to the EU. And so there's a definable hit to the economy that even the most enthusiastic Brexiteers no longer seriously deny. So they're now moving on to other issues, particularly immigration and sovereignty. But the problem for them, as this first chart shows, Gary, is that if you try and limit mass EU migration, it will come as an economic cost, because one of the reasons why we've had low inflationary growth in the UK over the last 15, 20 years is that pool of skilled and unskilled labour that's come into the UK as market forces have dictated, not as some points policy has dictated, as the Brexiters would like to have, that's helped fuel the growth of new industries, such as corner coffee shops, that are able to take on skilled labour from the continent and produce coffees for us to drink without price inflation coming through higher wages, as they'd have to scamper around looking for UK skilled workers to work in them if we exited ourselves from the free labour market. When it comes to sovereignty, well, this chart here shows very clearly that the more sovereignty you want, say in avoiding Brussels red tape over product regulation, the less you conform to the existing models of Norway or Switzerland as a member of the European Economic Area or EFTA respectively. The more you go your own way in freeing yourself of red tape, the more you will find yourself going towards WTO relations with the EU that make it much more expensive trade.